Good day, viewers and listeners. My name is Harare Chideme and I'm a reporter for 263 Times. So today we are joined by Harare Spokesperson, the City of Harare Spokesperson Mr Michael Chideme. We are going to talk to him about the residential stands in Harare. So first of all, I would like to say welcome Mr Chideme for having us.
Thank you, Yeo. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you, our listeners.
Okay, so today I would like to ask you, how does it take for someone to be on the waiting list of the Harare residential stands?
Right. If you want to be on the waiting list, you make an application to the housing department and you remember the house you buy. You pay a fee, so it's an administration fee. So that because we use paper, we use labor, we use ink, so you pay for that service, and automatically you are on the housing waiting list. Then that allows you to be considered for housing for stand allocation. So when the stands are available, you are then invited for interviews. The interviews are basically to see whether you have capacity to construct the residential property, because we don't want to give people stands and then they keep them for speculative purposes. And also, the interview is to verify whether you do not have any property in the Harare metropolitan province. So only people without stands in the province, which includes Harare, Epworth, and Chihuahua, will not be considered for allocation in Harare because they already have property in the province.
Okay, so at the moment, how big is the waiting list for a group?
Okay, the waiting list is very organic. It doesn't remain at a static figure, because people apply every day. So the figure that I give you today might not necessarily be the same figure that you have tomorrow. But what we can tell you is it's about 500,000, the number of people that want or that are demanding accommodation. But on the active list, you may find 50,000, 100,000, 60,000, depending on the subscription that people would have paid. So if 50,000 pay to be on the housing waiting list, so that becomes the active housing waiting list. But the demand could even be much bigger, because some people might not necessarily want to renew their housing waiting list.
So at the moment, what is the council doing to address the backlog?
At the moment, yes, we do not have stands at the moment that we are selling. So yes, we have seen advertising, people saying they are selling municipal stands. Those are not municipal stands. Council is not selling stands at the moment, because there are issues that council is addressing that have to deal with safeguarding the council property and putting in mechanisms to ensure that the stands are properly sold.
Okay, so Mr. Chideme, can you please tell us the relationship between the council and the land barons? The relationship, we don't have a formal relationship, we don't have a good relationship. We consider them as thieves. Yeah, because they have stolen council land, they have passed out council land, so council is lost to these space barons or land barons. Okay, so 8,000, I mean, a lot of people have lost to these land barons. How come we don't have any arrests? Like we don't counter arrest?
Yeah, okay. I think you'll understand that council is not the therapy.
Okay.
We are not the police. But again, we have encouraged the people who bought stands from these people to make police reports. So the police is the one that is mandated to do arrest if people make the reports. So probably the people are not reporting the cases.
Okay, so Mr. Chideme, can you please walk?
Yes, but I think you'd be happy to know that there are people that council has sent to court. Council made reports and some people have been arrested, they have been jailed. Some of them are actually serving terms right now. Yeah.
So can you please walk me through the process of buying a stand? Like of purchasing a stand. How can someone purchase a stand the legal way?
Yeah, it depends which stand you are making a reference to. If you're buying a council stand,
the residential
so if you're buying a council residential stand, you are on the housing waiting list and you are invited for interviews. You pass the interviews, you are given an offer letter, and you go and pay.
Okay.
But if you're buying from a private seller, you need to verify with council whether the person is the original owner or is the actual owner of that piece of land, and then whether that land is not being sold to anybody else, and whether that land is also reserved for housing.
Okay, thank you for that. So, Mr. Chideme, currently the Harare City Council has been demolishing illegal structures like for vendors. Can you please tell us why does it happen that way?
You seem to be very worried about it.
No, okay, I'm not really, but the people are worried. The people are worried because the structures are being demolished, but they are not being put anywhere else. So, what is the council's current position on that?
Okay, council is very structured. We have different land uses in Harare. There's land reserved for markets, vegetable markets, for clothing markets, for trinkets, and for everything that just what you want to sell. The land is allocated. So once we are that structured, it means you cannot just take your goods and go and sell from anywhere, or just build your structures anywhere, haphazardly. So there's need for order. There's need for the observance of the rule of law. Right. So when people start crying out, people should be asking, were you following the rule of law? Were you formally allocated? So those are the issues that people need to deal with. So in this case, those people whose structures we are assisting to remove were not properly allocated. They are not supposed to be there. The land that they are occupying has different uses altogether. So they need to be in places. The markets, the vendor markets are available. Some of them are not even full, they are empty. We now have private actors who have been approved by council to provide vending space. If you move around in those spaces, you will see a lot of gaps.
So, to conclude, Mr. Chideme, council and the people have not been in good books for a long time now. And it seems as if council...
Which people are you making reference to?
Like everyone, like the residents, another residents.
I think we are mistaking the point. I think you are blanketing. No, okay. If you hear 2-3 voices of discontent, it doesn't apply to everybody.
But it
Right now,
council
wait a moment.
Okay.
Right now, go on our Facebook pages, read what people are saying about the activities that are happening. There's a lot of positivity coming from people who respect the rule of order, the rule of law. So I don't know, when you say council and the residents are not in good books, in which area, which residents? Because sometimes you tend to blanket and you build negativity over things that are not supposed to be.
Okay, that is very true, Mr. Chideme, that is very true. But it seems as if council is usually harsh when it comes to demolitions and when it comes to when people like locate themselves on illegal places. But you tend to be.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you have a property wherever in Harare, and I come and build inside your property or in front of your property, what do you do?
I think I will tell you nicely to leave or to vacate the place. But council seems to use...
No, council gives notices
Okay.
to the people that they should remove their structures. And I think you have been one of the reporters to come here and we have told you stories about we are encouraging residents to remove their structures. Right? So we have been encouraging residents to remove their structures. And if they refuse to remove, the city will assist them to remove. So this is what we are basically doing. We are assisting them because they have defied the rule of law.
Okay. So it seems that one is settled. Thank you so much, Mr. Chideme, for today. That's it for today. Join me next time. This is your own one and only Yokai Chideme. Goodbye.